We did it. Yay. Everything is all right now. That is really hot. Jesus Christ, that's a hot cup of coffee. I'm trying this on my phone. Because, let me see. Let's get some bookshelf in there. That's what I'm talking about. Because I always have a hard time looking at the comments. So I have you here, and this is a lot easier because I don't know if for some reason I can't, like, Google Hangouts on air doesn't work the way it used to work. At least here. I saw that Steve Partridge used it. Hello! Hello, hello. Let's see here. What am I trying to think of? Oh yeah, so I I did this Friday Reads video. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? I did a Friday Reads video, and I've been uploading it. And I was like, okay, you know, I'll just put a thing in there that says afterwards, I'll do my live stream or whatever. And for some reason, like, the video's like 8 minutes long, and this is the first time in forever this has happened. It's taken like forever to upload that video, and it just went live. But I've been sitting here for an hour, twiddling my thumbs, going, I'm gonna do a live stream, and nothing. So I went ahead to try to do this, fucked this up to no end, and so now here we are. So I hope everyone's Friday is amazing. Hello again, Amy. And Onion. Do you want me to call you Onion? Or can I call you a name? Hello, words everywhere. Hello. And I got Charlie/XC with me. Because we haven't really seen. Must be nice to have the windows open. Hello, Liz. It is kinda. You can call me Onion. Or Tabby. I get to choose now. I'm not the best chooser in the world. Oh, wait, what am I doing here? Here we go. Sally, get out of here. You can't have any of Charlie. Okay, I don't need this open anymore. So what are you guys reading today or this weekend? What's the plan? Yeah, they really want you. I'm shutting a bunch of stuff down on my computer right now. But yeah, I want this to be really chillaxed. So, the monkey. What's the monkey? Should I know what the monkey is? I feel like I should know what the monkey is. Oh, the monkey's raincoat. I know what that is. Mystery of the Blue Train. I haven't read Mystery of the Blue Train. Ooh, the story of Canlit. Liz, the monkey's raincoat, I have. I think it's actually over here somewhere. I got that book so long ago, and I've never read it, but I've had it for ages. I remember I got it at the Iliad in North Hollywood. And yeah, It's super LA. I'm trying to think of what there was an author that I read an interview with, and they said that was like their favorite book, and but it doesn't help if I don't know what the author is to tell that story. So that story sucks. The other thing is I'm using this new finagled Sorcery by Terry Pratchett and the Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry. Well, words everywhere. When you finish the Essex Serpent, get on Zoe, because she's, I think, almost done with it. She's been kind of dipping in and out of it. And I'm sure she needs a kick in the keister. But what was I going to say that? Oh yeah, I got this, Zoe got me this, it's like I can't show it to you because then everything will get all fucked up. But it's like a clamp with a iPhone clamp, so you could like record videos without having to hold the phone. And I thought that would be really, really cool until I started putting my phone on it. And even though this is, hello Sally, the whole purpose of this is to be able to hold a phone. It's very flimsy, so when you put the phone on it, it goes ugh. And so you have to keep like bending and twisting to try to get it up. Let's see, me too, I've had very little motivation to finish it after 200 pages, but I feel like there's a duty to finish it because so many booktubers love it. Now let me pose a question to y'all. Do you think that the Essex Serpent is really not the greatest book ever? Let's say. Oh my god, I love this song. So I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. It's The Breeders, Son of Three. It's like my favorite song right now. Anyway, what do you think if like one booktuber got it and was just like, oh, this book's great. And then someone's like, oh shit, I have to say the Essex Serpent's great because this person liked it. And so over the course of like 4 months, all these people said they really, really liked the Essex Serpent, and it's really not a good book. Wouldn't that be like the biggest conspiracy since JFK and all that fun stuff? That would be very interesting. I would like someone to get into that. Hey, Matilda. Thanks for coming to the first one when I fucked up and then came back. Amy says she has a clamp for her phone. It works really well. She forgot where she got it from. Yeah, I imagine that has happened with some books. Well, Steve Donahue's probably the one who started the whole fucking thing. Steve Donahue. That would be the funniest thing ever if Steve Donahue was the cause of a booktube conspiracy. Oh, right on. Thank you. I'll check that out in a second here. Steve's probably doing something important or hanging out with topless teenagers. I liked Essex Serpent, but it's slow. Hello, On the Stoop. What? Should I just call you On the Stoop? Are you on for long? I'm going to try to be on for like an hour. As long as like you guys are having a good time. If I'm not interesting, then I don't want to stay on here for very long. But my daughter texted me and said she was going to Dungeons and Dragons Club after school. And for any of you who remember when I made my Zelda role-playing game and tried to get my daughter to play with me, and like she would rather me like put bamboo under her fingernails. Okay, Sean, got that. She wouldn't play with me at all, and now she wants to go to the effing D&D club. So I sent her a very mad-faced emoji, and I'm very upset. Yeah, I wish I had a D&D club. You know what I noticed about living up in the mountains? Before, when I lived in LA, there was always something to do and a million places to do it at with a million different people. There's like not much to do here. And it's really, you never know how much you like doing things until you go to a place where there's not much to do. So, I don't know, but it snowed yesterday, so there's a bunch of assholes on the slopes today. So that's always fun. Yeah. Yay, I liked my video. My ex-girlfriend once had me hang out at her place while she and her friends played D&D. They didn't let me play. Why didn't they let you play? Was it a thing where like they had already started the game like weeks earlier and you came in late? Oh my gosh. So the one time I tried to get into a Dungeons and Dragons thing, I hope this isn't like a offensive story to people who play Dungeons and Dragons, but we found a group on Craigslist. So right there, probably should have put on the brakes. This was years ago. So we find like some people on Craigslist who want to start a game or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm kind of neurotic and shit. I think it had been going for several months. LOL, I was so bored for like 3 hours. Yeah. That's exactly how that works. Yeah. Okay, so I'm like, I'll have the people come to my house because the last thing I want to do is go be stuck at somebody's house who is driving me absolutely batshit crazy and I can't go anywhere. So, I'm like, yeah, I'll host, and everyone's like, oh my god, awesome. Because I guess, no one is allowed to have these games at their house for some reason. So, not all these people, there's probably like 4 or 5 people who showed up. And every fucking stereotypical thing you could possibly imagine when you think of people who play D&D walked through my fucking door. It was like, there was like this super, like, tiny nerdy guy with big glasses, which is fine. I'm not making fun of anybody. He walks in and I don't know if you guys have seen what's that movie, American Splendor? You know, his co-worker who's like, the pina colada is very authentic. He was exactly like that dude. Then there was like some really big dude who had a shirt on that was like 3 sizes too small, and he came in with a backpack and a grocery bag from 7-Eleven, because he, just went to 7-Eleven before he came, with like 2 liters of Mountain Dew, a giant bag of cheese puffs, and like cookies and all this shit. And like as soon as he sat down, he's like, I just want everyone to know that this is my food and I'm not sharing any of this. I bought this with my own money for me. And I was just like, oh my god. And so we're sitting there, and the DM, the dungeon master or whatever, he started like laying down the ground rules, and he was like talking to us like he was like like a general in the military or something. And that's what I'm saying. Who brings snacks and doesn't share? The funny thing is, I'm like, you know what? I should probably get some stuff and like have it out since I'm hosting. So like I went to the store and got like Doritos and like a couple 12 packs of soda and some beer, not knowing what people would eat or drink or whatever. But yeah, so he brought way more stuff than I had got for everybody, and did not share. And he had cheesy fingers, and one of my like pet peeves is people with cheesy fingers, and then they touch stuff, and like he was sitting on the carpet and he kept like scooching himself, and I'm like, oh my god, there's like cheese powder like embedded into the carpet. Like, what am I gonna do? This is coming from a guy who has a dirty rat crawling all over him. But little things like that annoy me. Quick rabbit trail. When I was in junior high school, the hot chola chicks would eat Flamin' Hot Fritos and Flamin' Hot Cheetos and stuff. And they had like long acrylic nails and stuff, and they'd always be like, you know, like getting the red cheese powder out of the corners of their mouth. But they always wore like white jeans, like white Levi's, and they would like rub their fucking fingers on their like butt, like, and so like all of these hot chicks would be walking around with like smeared red fingerprints across their ass, and it would like make me want to like shake everybody. Like, I hate white jeans. That's just like one of my things. Yeah, a few months ago I walked by a game shop that was having an event of some kind. It was filled with 2 small shirt assholes. You could smell the Mountain Dew and BO outside the shop. This got weird real quick. It did, Sean. Thanks, Words Everywhere, for that on location report. But it's so funny. It's like, white jeans were the worst invention ever. But anyway, so we all got together, and this guy was like very in our face about how to create our characters and what we could and could not do. And every time I tried to do something, he kept telling me no. So we spent like 3 hours creating characters, didn't play. And then like, I don't know, I told them like I got hit by a car or broke my leg or something. And I just ended that because it was just too much for me. I couldn't handle it. So yeah, so stereotypes are usually accurate. White jeans are disgusting. And Mountain Dew has an aroma. So we're pretty solid here. We kind of know what's going on. I am drinking this is a reusable Starbucks cup, and I have my my Nescafe. I'm all into instant coffee now. Like, I'm just like, I ain't got time for brewing coffee, you know? Like, who the hell does that? Does anyone here drink instant coffee? Weird question, but I just want to make sure I'm not alone. I always feel awkward saying I'm drinking instant coffee. Yay! Okay, Amy's down. Me and Amy are like soul relatives. We don't like white jeans, and we drink instant coffee. I do at my daughter's house. I hate cleaning a French press, so I do instant. Okay, here is the fresh press story. Okay, for the longest time, I was the biggest coffee snob in the fucking world. And I would always do French press. And I never knew what to do with the grounds. And I always just like would try to put them in the trash, and then the trash would get all fucked up, and like I would spill it on the side of the can. It was just like, it was a fucking nightmare just to make a cup of coffee. So I started just pouring the grounds down the drain. And there were a couple times when, like, down the drain with the garbage disposal on, okay? And there were a couple times when the sink in the kitchen backed up. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how is this happening? And then I'm, like, thinking about it, and I'm like, dude, I have put, like, human remains in the garbage disposal, basically. You know, like I've put so many things in the garbage disposal that I probably shouldn't have put in the garbage disposal. How are, like, coffee grounds, like, clogging my garbage disposal? Human remains, question mark. You know what I mean. Like, the things we, like, if, like, you know, like the end of Fargo, you know, like you chop a body up and put it down the garbage disposal, you know, pretending it's a wood chipper. I'm not the only one who's done that. Oh, I wish I put cheesy fingers in the damn garbage disposal, but that would have been a huge mess. But I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of things I put in the garbage disposal that had not blocked my sink. And coffee grounds blocking my sink. How did I miss this? Steve! How are you doing, sir? I was going to do the whole thing you do where I, like, say it, like, a couple days in advance and all that stuff. But if I were to do that, I would have purposefully not done it to rebel against me trying to make plans for myself. I'm really not good at that. Okay. Amy, is putting coffee grounds in the garbage disposal bad? Garbage disposals are oddly illegal. You don't have garbage disposals in Ontario? Yeah, we do. Wow. Okay, so if you don't know what a garbage disposal is, you need to watch Final Destination 2, I think. You don't have them in the UK? They are considered dangerous. It's like having a damn blender in a hole in your sink that you could put your hand in. Honestly, I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. I have probably irrational fears about certain things, okay? Like, I always check the back seat of my car. Wow, nobody has garbage disposals. That's one of those things that you just, like, take for granted, I guess. And they probably shouldn't exist. They're awful. But they're terrifying. So I check the back seat at night when I get in a car to make sure there's nobody back there. What are some other ridiculous things I do? Zoe makes fun of me all the time because I do things to the house in case the robbers come when we're not home. And her and my daughter always make fun of the robbers. But there's been a couple times when, like, the garbage disposal, like, was broken or something was wrong with it. And I got hands, okay? And I can't really get my hand in the garbage disposal. So when something's wrong with the garbage disposal itself on the inside, Zoe has to put her hand in there to do it. And legitimately, my hands do not fit in the garbage disposal, okay? But if they did, I would pretend they didn't. Because the last thing I want to do is put my hand in a fucking garbage disposal. Even if it's unplugged from the wall, it is one of the most terrifying fucking things in the world. Because sometimes, like, the blades... I thought they were adventure horror movies. Yeah, I can't remember what Final Destination it is. I think it's 2. Might be 3, but I think it's 2. And there's the scene with the garbage disposal. Fucking hell, dude. Whew. But no, like the idea is like you put stuff like, I don't know, you put like lettuce and like your leftovers, like the scraps from your plate, you like scrape it into the garbage disposal and turn the garbage disposal on, and it's like blades and it fucking cuts all that shit up. But the point of the story is, coffee grounds from my French press kept backing up our sink. So yeah, the switches are generally pretty close. But why can't you scrape it into the trash can? Because then your trash can smells like whatever horrible meal you just had. Like, let's say you had some really stinky food. Let's say you had, like, cabbage. Our French press did the same. Fucking stinks when you clean the pipes out. Yeah, and it looks like you just snaked someone's large intestine when it comes out, because it's all like, where does the rubbish go after it's been ground up? No, it just like goes down the drain. Like when it's all nothing, the water just carries it to sewer town. That's probably why our rats are so large in the sewers, because they get square meals and nourishment and crap. Long story short, I drink instant coffee now. Boy, that was a fucking story and a half just to get to it goes to the water recycling plant. Yes. And when I lived in Burbank, the water recycling plant was it's not called a water recycling plant. It's a what do you call it? It's the I don't know, but the plant, whatever the fuck it is, it was off this water treatment facility. There you go. Do you have green waste bins in the States for food waste? Not everywhere, but they do have different bins for different stuff. But I think food waste goes into like just normal trash. And then there's like recyclable, and then there's like yard clippings, cans for those things. But anyway, if you ever are in the Burbank area and you get off the 5 freeway on Burbank Avenue, it takes you on this bridge that goes over the freeway and something. Like, it's just like a bunch of nothingness, but there's this water treatment facility, and I swear to God, that place smells so bad. Every time you go over it, I would feel like I was gonna be sick. Hey Matilda, welcome back. It was the most horrendous smell ever. It was awful, just so you know. Liz, let me ask you a question. Do you live in Colorado? I have a question for Colorado. Colorado. Let's ask people in Utah. Let me ask you this question. Oh, wait, no, that's on the other side. Never mind. When I was driving through Colorado last year, or the year before, I can't remember. Yeah, you could send me a card. That would be nice. I have dinner plans. Have fun. Be nice to your dinner plan person. Enjoy your weekend. There was like this mountain range, it looked like, that had all of these like red lights on it. But it didn't just look like normal like red lights, like, oh, hey, planes, don't crash into this mountain. It looked like I was like driving into a military base, and I was terrified. And I just wanted to know what it was, because the whole time I was driving, I thought I was about to be abducted by a UFO or something like that. But again, that goes back to my irrational fears of pretty much everything. I don't know. I was going into Kansas. I was heading to Hutchinson. Hutchinson? Is that where I was going? Hutchinson, I think. So probably southeast. That doesn't really help, but yeah. Is everyone's winter going okay for everyone on the northern hemisphere? Like, is the beast from the east still a thing? There is a military base by Colorado Springs. Hi there, Headless Books. Then I bet that's what it was, because that's where I was coming from. We had snow all day today. It sucks. We had thunder and snow last night. I'm over winter. We have a mini East Beast here in the UK for the weekend. Oh, I'm so over winter. I'm very much missing the Beast now. Beast from the East 2 hitting tonight. Oh my gosh. So Matilda gets the hot weather. That is fantastic. They call the beast from the east the Russian bear. Oh my god, the Russian bear, that's awesome. Yeah. I hate the snow. I'm gonna just come right out and say it. I don't mind rain. I hate the snow. I'm over it. And I kind of locked myself in living up here. Oh, yeah. There is something. It's Charlie/Exy. It's my daughter's rat. Are you going to say hi? Come on out. You guys probably thought I was just some, like, weird hunchback or something. Didn't have much of a winter here. Ooh. Yeah, I forgot to let everyone know. If you weren't here at the very beginning, you didn't see Charlie. The rat or the booktuber? Huh? Is there a booktuber named Charlie? Or Exy? Yeah. Oh my gosh. The James Herbert Rats books, if you guys haven't read those, so good. So good. Oh, I'll send you my address, yeah. They're super good, and I think the first one is the strongest out of the three, and then plus the graphic novel. The graphic novel is so weird that I'm really upset. The graphic novel is called The City, by the way. I'm really upset that that was never made into a book. Because it seems like that would have been really cool, but the imagery in it is amazing. The Light at the End? Is that a book about rats? A horror book? About rats? Get out of here. I'll have to write that down. Vampires in New York subways. Oh, that's still good. Too gross. Oh, Liz. You silly. There were 3 in the Rats series, but then there was a graphic novel at the end. So there was the Rats, Lair, and Domain, and then The City. And it was good. I mean, if you guys liked The Fog by James Herbert, I liked all of the Rats books better than The Fog. So, if that helps at all. But we watched the movie Deadly Eyes, I think is what it's called. The pseudo adaptation of the Rats. And it was so fucking awful. It wasn't as fun as a lot of cheesy movie tie-ins. I haven't checked Instagram yet because my phone is what I'm recording this video on. So I'll have to do it afterwards. Hey, little guy. And there is nothing more relaxing than hearing this little guy eating something next to my ear. It sounds adorable. The light at the end. Okay, the light at the end. Oh, at the end of the tunnel, the subway tunnel. Haha, I get it. Oh, and let me tell you this. So, I don't read on Kindle, but I do read ebooks. I used to, unless he's eating your ear, yeah, I would get really pissed off about that. I used to read Kindle like exclusively, but then when I just like the app for iBooks better than the app for Kindle on my phone. So I enjoy reading those. But I mean, whether it's a .mobi or an EPUB, it doesn't matter. I could usually make things work. But Liz will remember this. Do you remember when I was buying a bunch of stuff from Abe when I was trying to get all my Raymond Chandler books? And I kept getting the wrong covers or the wrong editions of the books, and I was like losing my crap. Well, I have been doing really good with ordering online and making sure I do like the ISBN finder and all that. And everything had been going great. And then I got the wrong quarries list. I'm talking like, this is actually a really nice copy of it. But I want all of the hard case crime. This is actually a really nice copy. But yeah, so I thought I was like invincible. I can't get into Kindle. I've tried a few times and on my phone. If I didn't have ebooks on my phone, I would not read hardly at all. Yeah, it makes a big difference. I also matched up year and publisher too. I use the advanced search. Totally. Totally. That one I actually got from eBay. And they had the picture of the book I wanted like on a table. It wasn't even like a stock photo. It was like the picture that like you would assume someone's taking, and I got the wrong one. But I did get a really nice copy of Playback by Raymond Chandler the other day in the mail, and I don't think it's been read. It looks new. But here's the thing. These are the UK editions. The Philip Marlowe books with the covers that I like. And whenever you go on, what do you call it? Abe or eBay or Amazon or whatever, and they have the stock photos and they use these cover stock photos, you'll get some other fucking book. I have like 4 copies of this book, and this is the first one that came that was the one I actually wanted. So yeah, it's whatever. You got to be careful. Let me see here. Got to scroll up a little bit. Oh yeah, audiobooks. Let me see. I agree with not reading much unless having ebooks to hand. It's always there if you're traveling. I forget to bring physical book, or I don't want to take the effort to get them out. I like audiobooks. I like listening to stuff in bed in the dark, but I usually fall asleep. I tag you in the supervillains tag. Ooh, that sounds like fun. I'm in. Audiobooks are awesome. And Steve, do you ever use the like end of chapter feature or turn off in a couple minutes or 15 minutes? I do that. And I just said do. I'm aware. So that's okay. The problem with taking books out in public, when I'm reading a book, the last fucking thing I want to do is have someone come up and talk to me. I'm reading a book because I'm reading a book. I'm not reading a book to have someone talk to me. And I freaking absolutely hate it when I'm reading a book in public and somebody comes up and they're like, oh wow, Dostoevsky, that's pretty cool, brah, and like tries to like talk to me about the book I'm reading. And it irritates me more because like as much as I want to hang out in coffee shops so I could drink coffee and read books, virtue signaling with a book, that's so funny, dude. I can't read a book, like a physical copy of a book, in public because then you're like this the whole time. Is anyone watching me read my book? So I read ebooks on my phone so no one could fucking come up and start talking to me about something. Yeah, people do that. Oh my gosh. Zoe's been trying... This is funny. She's been trying to read books at work forever. Yo, James Herbert. So cool, bruh. Yeah. Totally. And then if you're reading some like hardcore erotica with some like racy cover, and then people start coming up to you and talking to you, they think you're doing it. Okay, here's the thing. I wish to God people wouldn't talk to me when I go out. And I always think, I'm like, okay, I'm all pissed off looking, and I got a little toupee looking thing going on right now. But normally, I'm like, okay, I'm going to look all mean and tough. People fucking come up to me all the time and fucking talk to me. I really absolutely dislike it. And I read most when I'm in line, like at the grocery store or something. The thing with erotica is people could still read the Kindle over your shoulder. I wish people wouldn't talk to me at home. Sorry, Liz. I've seen a few... Oh my gosh, that's the worst. I've seen a few old ladies reading erotica with huge font size for reading. Oh my gosh. We still kind of do it. We don't do it as much as we used to, but me and my friend Chris do a podcast on giallo films, like Argento, Fulci, Bava, Lenzi, Martino, like just like classic, usually 1970s giallo films. And like he'll pick a movie and I'll pick a movie, and then we'll like do a podcast about it or whatever. Well, the only time he really has to watch movies is on the train to work. He lives in Philadelphia. And the train rides like an hour or something like that. And so he like rides back and forth on the train and he watches the movies on his phone. And I don't know if you know anything about the Italian gialli, but basically a giallo film is like a mystery. Like they would sometimes even take like it started mainly with Edgar Wallace, but like even like Agatha Christie stories, and then they would put like a huge like spin on it and change the name to where you wouldn't know that it was an Agatha Christie story or whatever. But they put in a ton of nudity and weird sex and all this other stuff. But they're really like fun films and I love them. And so like I would always try to find like the like most dirty, ridiculous film and then go, oh yeah, we should watch this on the next show. And then he'd like have to go on the train and watch it. And people would always catch him watching these horrible movies. And the best one was, there's this movie, if you haven't seen it, you should see it just so you know not to watch it again. But there's a movie called Sister of Ursula. Has anyone seen Sister of Ursula out there? No? Okay, I'll tell you all about it. It's basically about these sisters who, for some reason, are on the Amalfi Coast. I used to have a calendar, Hot Priest, that was produced by the Vatican. Wow, Steve, that's pretty deep. Anyway, so long story short, someone is killing people with a wooden dildo. We'll leave it at that. Any of them wearing latex gloves? Yeah. Let's get to the it's Friday. Let's get to the hot Friday night. Oh, look. Oh, wash your face. You're so filthy. That was adorable. But yeah, so I just went off on like 80 tangents right there. So Steve has a calendar of hot priests produced by the Vatican. Okay, my daughter is not going to D&D club because she's lazy, she says. So that's pretty awesome. Like, here is a book I would not read in public. Money Shot. This is such a cool cover because it looks like someone clipped a $100 bill to the cover. It's like super meta. It's like a cover of a cover with money on it. Okay? So yeah, so this would not get read at all in public. Wow. It is a very cool cover. I enjoy it. So anyone have any good plans this weekend? Anyone protesting anything? Anyone, you wouldn't read it because of the fake money or because it's racy? Both, because I would be like this, reading it, and then some douchebag would go, "Hey, you got some money on the..." Oh, okay, yeah. I thought that was real money on the cover. It looks real, and I go, "Yeah, you know, it's just the book." Oh, and then they'd go, "Hey, did you see that guy's book cover? It looks like there's money clipped on it, and it's like covering the lady's dirty bits." I can't believe people don't come up and talk to you guys when you're just doing stuff. I had a lady at Starbucks yesterday. I went to get a cup of coffee after I dropped Zoe off at work. I'll be protesting my crushing loneliness. Oh, well, at least you have a calendar full of hot priests that you could spend some time with. Snap. Must be all of the talk about the portfolio. I'm just kidding. But, true that. But, this chick started talking to me, and, I kept walking away from her, like, just like, oh, and like taking a couple steps away, And she kept following me over to the other counter where you pick up your coffee, and was telling me about what a coffee addict she is. And it reminded me of Michael Scott on The Office when he was hitting on what's that actress's name from who was in that Enchanted movie or whatever. Amy Adams, is that her name? He's like, oh, I'm a coffee addict, I love my coffee, da, 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 da. She was like doing that whole thing. She's like, oh my gosh, I spend so much money on coffee, so much money. If like someone was to like, what did she say, something like if someone was to like do her accounting and see how much money she spends on Starbucks, it would just be like crazy, and she would like beat out so many people because she drinks so much coffee. And I just like kept trying to get away from her, and I'm like, why is my coffee taking longer than normal to get made? Is Big Bear highbrow? I think Big Bear thinks it's highbrow, but yeah, it's so bad. And I think a lot of it too might be everyone with caffeine, because a lot of it does kind of happen around Starbucks at the store. But like Big Bear, okay, because Big Bear's broken up into two parts basically. There's Big Bear Lake, which is on the south side of the lake, and that's like all the resort areas and the mountain to ski on and all the restaurants that are on the water and all that shit. And then Big Bear City is like over by the airport, and that's where like all the people who work in Big Bear Lake actually live. And the people in Big Bear City, like sometimes it's like Deliverance, like out here in Big Bear City, whereas by the lake it's like super posh and like hoity-toity and stuff like that. So that's weird. So like usually Monday through Thursday, if you go into town to shop or anything like that to get whatever you need, it's like all the locals. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is like all of the tourists. So everyone in town tries to go shopping or go into town before Thursday afternoon. I don't even like going on Thursday evening because I feel like there's too many scragglers that come in. It's pretty populated for a place that shouldn't be, I guess. But the thing that's weird is that on the weekends, the population goes up probably like 10 times what the population is, because it's all skiers and tourists. And then when the spring comes in and the snow melts, it'll all be hikers, mountain bikers, fishermen, and all that shit. But like the city almost can't hold the people that come up on a weekend. And because we're only like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from LA, I'm hoping to hit a library sale tomorrow. Like I need more books. Oh man, I'm really bummed out because like but I can't pass up a sale that's like 20 minutes away. I understand completely. I do it all the time, except for Sunday. But anyway, so because we're so close to LA and San Diego and Vegas technically, and even like we're like what 3.5 hours from like metropolitan areas in Arizona and stuff. It's like we're right in the middle, so people come from kind of all over the place. So it's just one of those things. And there she goes. That was made about the U.S. when I was there. How class. Yeah, it's ridiculous. When I lived in Orange County, there's a street. The street was called Holder, and on the side of the street I lived on, like, you could go out any time of the night, not a big deal, totally good neighborhood, whatever. You cross the street and you're gonna get mugged or shot. Like it's a different city across the street. Like, it was like Cypress on my side, and then was it Anaheim or was it Buena Park? Can't remember if it was Anaheim or Buena Park on the other side of the street. But I lived right on the edge, and like there was always shit going on the other side of the street, and there would always be like graffiti on the walls on the street, on that side of the street, but not on this side of the street. It was so weird. But yeah, and when you're in LA, we drove surface streets. We were taking Zoe's parents to the last bookstore in downtown LA, and I wanted to take surface streets so they could see all of the different parts of LA. And I mean, we were going from like Koreatown to like Little Tokyo to like some other thing, and like we went through like Little Armenia and all this other stuff. We went through like all these different neighborhoods that were completely different from one another. And you want that? Ooh, yikes, almost bit my finger off. Look at her eating. Just eating a little piece of dog food. Like a little eating thing. But yeah. So, it's crazy how things can change like a block. Yeah. So that was fun. It's such a cute sound. Can you hear it? Oh, did you really just stop eating because I got close to the camera? But Zoe's British. Yeah, Zoe thinks things are weird that I never would have thought she would have thought was weird, I guess. But I think guns were the thing that tripped her out more than anything. Like, we went to the post office and, hey, you want another one? Yep. Okay. We went to the post office and, there was a cop in front of us and he had a gun on his hip and she almost had a fucking heart attack. She's like, oh my God, there's a gun, like, right, like I could reach out and grab a gun. And I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't say that loud or else he's going to pull the gun out on you and splatter your head across the wall over there. But it's totally weird. And so she was freaking out about that. And then up here, it's funny because like all the people who come up to Big Bear for like the weekend, let's say, 90% of them you would say are far left or left wing, whatever. The people who live in Big Bear City are like Trump supporting, and I'm not going to get into politics talking here, so everyone be nice, but like big trucks with like American flags out the back, just like America, you know. So it's a very weird thing. And Zoe has been here for what, 4 years, 5 years without going home now, and she's still having a hard time like dealing with that and how many people around here have guns. Like it was last year sometime, someone was in the Village, which is like the big shopping fun place in the town. Someone had a gun or whatever in one of the shops, And all these cops showed up with big ass guns and like flak vest things, like bulletproof kind of shit. And they weren't yelling for people to get out of the road or go away. They were like trying to sneak up on some dude. And there were like cops coming from both sides. And they had their fucking guns and shit out. And they're just like walking down the street, gonna sneak up on some dude who might have a gun. And like not try to get the public out of the fucking way. So like shit like that, like Zoe has a really like hard time with. But like, I don't want to say I grew up with that shit, but like I kind of did. Like the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez and stuff, that happened like pretty close to where I was living. And I remember being a kid when all that shit was going on. And like, you know, Colors, the movie, Boys in the Hood, you know, like, we're down, yo. So, like, that was just all, like, that was how the world was for me growing up. So to not know, to not ever see a gun on a cop or something like that, was like weird for me that she had never seen that, I guess. God, that was a really long workaround to get there. Yeah. But when I was in Jordan, I was in Amman, Jordan, and they not only carry guns, but they have them like out, like on a little strap, and they're just kind of sitting there like this. Walking up and down the streets, and that was way scarier than having a cop have a gun in his pocket. Oh, if you guys want to see where I used to live, where me and Zoe used to live before we lived here, if you go on YouTube and look up the North Hollywood shootout, that's kind of exciting. There was a bank robbery. You guys from America probably remember this. But there was a bank robbery where the people who robbed the bank had like armor piercing rounds and like high, like fully automatic weapons, and they had on gear. So basically they had more firepower than the cops did and had more protection than the cops did. And like most things do, it went tits up, and it turned the neighborhood into like a war zone for a day. And they have shit on that on YouTube all over the place. New Jersey. You know, I couldn't tell that you were from the Northeast. I'm just kidding. You have a lovely accent. When Zoe tries to do an American accent, she does like a total New York thing, like East Coast, like she can't just, like, whether she's doing a guy voice or a girl voice or whatever, she can't not do it. Now, let me ask you a question about New York. Is that just a British thing? Like, British people can't do an American accent? Zoe is good. But my New York question is, hey Jody, if Zoe tries to do a Southern accent, it'll turn into a New York accent. She can't not do it. But you know how there's like the 5 boroughs of New York? I knew a girl from Brooklyn, and she said she could tell which like borough anyone was from based on their accent. are there definitely like different accents for the different boroughs, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I said that correctly. Staten Island. Yeah, I knew a girl from Staten Island too. And she did her the way she spoke was, oh, she tried to explain it to me too. Said something to do with like they called shopping carts. Oh shit, what was it? It wasn't a trolley. Was it a trolley? I don't know. Let me see. Americans doing British accents go either Downton Abbey or Lock, Stock or Mary Poppins. Oh, wait, no, that was kind of Peaky Blinders. That was awful. I do a very good Dick Van Dyke. Okay. Zoe's gonna kill me if I do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't care. Wild Reads. If you haven't subscribed to Wild Reads yet, go subscribe to Wild Reads yet. Or yet. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. But when he is doing his intro and he says roll the titles, I can't believe I'm going to do this. I don't know why, but he reminds me of the guy from Peaky Blinders. The oldest brother. The Beatles is Liverpool, I think. But so whenever he says roll the titles, I go, roll the fucking titles! And I yell back at the TV. It's so stupid. But, and I always tell Zoe, I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And she's like, you cannot do that. That is so bad. You're not going to do that. I'm like, I'm not making fun of him. It's just like whenever he says that, it's like call and repeat or whatever you say, whatever you call that. I always do that. Roll the fucking titles! Always. I cannot not do it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how long I've been wanting to do that on here. Zoe's gonna kill me. Oh, good times. Good times, yes. So yeah, I don't know. Anyone else got anything going on? Still trying to figure out who Zoe is. Oh, I'm sorry. Zoe's my wife. She is from Durham in England. And she does book hauls with me. And and everyone loves her because she's sweet and amazing. And everybody hates me. So that's kind of how this works. Yeah, if you haven't seen a me and Zoe book haul, I heard our repertoire. Boy, I just said words. We're just here for Zoe. Yeah, that's basically this whole thing. This is just a front for Zoe to have a BookTube channel without actually having to have a BookTube channel. March Mystery Madness is going good, but because my birthday was this week and I got a ton of shit that's awesome, including my Hunter S. Thompson glasses. Yeah, those are pretty cool. Oh no, I can't read anything now. Got thimbles, draw. I'm gonna have to take these off because I couldn't read what that last comment said. Got thumbnails to draw. Yeah. Yeah, you do. Do you do your thumbnails for like all week? Like you do them all in one sitting? Yeah, March Mystery Madness, 40th birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you. It's a rat. Come on out, Charlie. Oh, Charlie is being shy now. But that's okay. Charlie will rear her head. No, every time you need one. March Mystery Madness is going good, but I got all these other books that aren't mysteries for my birthday that I'm really excited about. So I've been trying to read, like I'll read one book that I got for my birthday and then read something else. So like I'm reading Quarry in the Middle. And I've been reading that for a couple days now. Whose birthday is it? It was mine. But for those of you who watch wrestling, today is Stone Cold Day, which means you get to drink beers badly and then give your boss a stunner. So, there you go. But yeah, so I got a ton of books and I'm having a hard time getting through and to them. But the only ones I have left now are some of the Carter Browns, and I haven't read The Devil in a Blue Dress by Walter Mosley or this one yet. So those are the ones I got left. So, but I read some Agatha Christie, and I realized that you have clearly missed something, Steve. My birthday was on the 13th. And Jody's birthday from Jody Hart's Books was also on the 13th. So all of that happened. It's okay. You're a complete asshole. No, I'm just kidding. It's 100% okay. But like that, I was looking at this, oh, thank you. Wow, bruh, that book got Brad Money clipped to it. It totally did, bruh. Come at me, bruh. Come at me. It's funny. Our Zoe's friend back home has a son, and he came out here, and I don't know if it's an American thing or if it's like if they do it on the streets in Essex and stuff like that, but yeah, I kind of want to cut it, but I don't know if I'm going to. What do you call it? Oh yeah, so some kid was like fucking with him at school, and he's like, come at me, bruh, and did that whole thing, and then like everyone started laughing at him. Like it totally took the tension of the fight down, and but he still got sent home or whatever, and so that's funny. So I don't know if that's just an American thing or if that's like a English thing. But I'm going to give you another look into my weird obsessions. I am totally into chav culture. So for all of my UK friends, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like those Essex streets can be mean, real mean. Yeah, you know, like when you're going to the Sugar Hut and like you want to have like a bottle of champagne, you know, you might have to get into a fight with some Essex serpents. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the gypsy thing or what, but like oh, and Steve was talking about this. I brought it up on his thing. If you don't know who Brad and Jen are, it's like The Wire with fake tans. Oh my gosh, they're so orange. It's amazing. It is so orange. Like season 1 of The Only Way is Essex is exactly how like everyone should look. They started getting a little Hollywood after that. But But I mean, I'm talking, I dig like Cher Lloyd's first album. You know what I'm saying? And my daughter is coming home. But where was I going with that? I was going somewhere. Oh, you have to watch just like the first season of Towie. It is so good. And you'll get hooked. I watched up until I think the 14th season, and then they stopped showing it here. And that's why I can't watch Coronation Street anymore either. But, yeah. Super chav. Kylie from Coronation Street, I have pictures of her that she signed. And one of them, she's kind of chavvy. Hey, do you want to come say hi?
No.
Do you want to hide?
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. No.
No?
No.
Bye. Take care. I'm trying to think of... Yeah, dude. Swagger Jagger, man. That was the shit. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Steve, I'm talking to you right now. Brad and Jen. Look up Brad Holmes. He's the one who... His girlfriend is the stupidest girl in England. No one knows what a chav is over here. And we don't have chavs here. Like, you could take, like, first album Cher Lloyd, and you would not be able to find a person that looked like her anywhere, if that makes any sense. But, like, look up Brad Holmes. He's the one with the stupidest girlfriend in England, where he's like, if you went Brad Holmes, like, you go to a pizza place and he's like, do you want your pizza cut into 6 slices or 8 slices? What do you pick? And she's like, well, 6 slices because I'm not a fat cow. And he's like, but what would you want, like 6 or 8? And she's like, I already told you 6 because I can't eat 8 pieces of pizza. That's too much. You know, like, she just says like stuff like that, and it's amazing. It's probably fake. Okay, gotta go. Words everywhere. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. But yeah, I didn't know what a chav was until Zoe told me very quietly, in case a chav popped up out of a potted plant, and said, what are you talking about? But I don't know, just like the whole like style and look and like street, I don't know what it is. Like, it's just, there's something that's very charming about it, and I know it's not very charming. So, yeah, Steve, you know who I'm talking about. And there's the video where he cut her ponytail off while she was asleep. Oh my gosh. Hysterical. And he has little tiny hands. So it's funny to watch and go, wow, you have little tiny hands. All right, guys. So is anyone else doing March Mystery Madness? Because I had a rough week on March Mystery Madness here. I kind of went off the deep end a bit and started reading other shit. I got this too. I'm really excited about. And this is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's like, what, 400 pages, 430 pages. Finished 2 books. I'm in a reading slump. Oh no! Oh, crap. Reading slumps are awful. Oh my gosh, that almost looks like that's my head. Hang on. Yep. I used to read 11 a month, but this month not so much. But I do have like a video almost every day. That's good. Like, seriously, videos every day is the way to do it. And I fall short of that all the time. But I really think daily content is how it's supposed to go. Same for fiction. What? Okay. Yeah. I did a video a couple days ago talking about how I'm not going to be reading as much because I'm trying to write more, spend more time writing. Though I'm reading a historical fiction with a mystery at the center. Ooh, that's nice. I think I need to do more March Mystery Madness videos. I need to start watching more of everyone else's March Mystery Madness videos so I could see, like, get more ideas of what to do videos on of those things. So, yeah, but anyway, so I'm not reading as much because I'm spending my mornings writing instead of just like binge reading, and it's been going really, really well. So oh my gosh, who hosts March Mystery Madness? There's like 10 people, I think. Liv, I think, is the main one, but even Steve Donahue is a host. Okay, here is the thing about organizing my books into more folders on Goodreads. Here is a question for everybody. How many? There's 20 of them. Oh my gosh. 20 hosts. That's nuts. Smoke and brew. God, Steve is fancy. Okay, so right here, Mom's Two Triplets 04. Mom Two Triplets 04 is one of the hosts. And you were talking about Goodreads folders or shelves. Okay. I at one point started making different shelves because I know nothing looks like it's organized, but all of my stuff is organized in ridiculous fashions. And when I get to organizing, Lizzie Faye is the main host, that's right. I get kind of compulsive and I start like spending so much time making piles and stacks and stuff like that like I kill a whole day. So I tried doing Goodreads shelves and making more shelves and I got freaked out because I don't want to end up going nuts on virtual bookshelves as well as my bookshelves home. Exactly, that's what's happening to me. I have sex and mysteries all over. Yeah, it gets really weird. And I wish you guys, I mean, I guess I could show you what this part of my world looks like right now. But I got a new bookshelf that's right here that's a tall one that goes pretty much all the way up. And that's full. And I just got it. I was trying to move things around. I thought I was going to have more room. And then the bookshelf that was like a half a shelf that was right here is now on top of my desk right here. And that actually worked out well. Like having my bookshelf on my desk, like my bookcase that I had. It's cleared up a lot of room. So Shaylee's probably having a conniption fit because she doesn't know where Charlie is. Shay! I have Charlie. Yeah. I forgot to tell you. Last time she went in her room and saw the cage open and no rat, she flipped out. As you would. But yeah, so I don't know if I could go through a Goodreads thing like that. It would drive me absolutely crazy. So, yeah, so anyway, I'm going to try to this weekend get caught up on more of my March Mystery Madness, because I am really excited about it. It's just damn birthday popped in and I got lots of cool prezzies. Fred, you want to come here? Come on. Say hi to everybody. Come on, get up here. Are you scared because the rat's up here? So Fred's afraid of the rat. Sally wants to eat the rat. Come on. Get up here. Look. Oh, don't get the rat. Just say hi to everybody with your cheeky bandana. Hi. Nope. Come on, Sally. You come on up here and try to eat Charlie. Okay, if Sally and Charlie meet, they will eat each other's faces. Because Sally's a little rat terrier who wants to eat rats. Oh, I'm like tempting fate right now. Okay, this is getting too much. Alright, whew, that was really stressful. Alright, guys. We are at 86 minutes. Oh no, stop. I know I got kind of scared because the other time I tried to do something like that, Sally snapped and almost got her. But that wasn't my fault that time, I don't think. I think that was someone else's fault. I blame the dog. Okay. So, yeah, but thanks for hanging out. That was really fun. I'll try to do this not as frequently as Steve Partridge, because I think he's pretty much the end-all be-all of live streams right now. But I'll sprinkle these in every so often. I almost hit stop over here, but you're right here. So, but thanks everybody. Have a great weekend. And if you're doing March Mystery Madness, good luck and continue on the awesomeness. Bye. Oh wait, there's my thumb. Yes, I do want to end. Thank you for asking me.